Hello and welcome, my Capricorn friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be a group reading for the full wolf moon for my Capricorn friends. This month, the full wolf moon brings with it the lunar eclipse. Now, eclipses are kind of that celestial checkpoint, if you will. When we look at an eclipse coming through, it kind of feels like they open doors for us to a lot of new and exciting activities, ideas, and situations. However, at the same time, it also feels like they slam doors shut. And it's that slamming of the door that we find it so jarring and unsettling. Eclipses kind of remind me of that tower energy, that sudden jolting you into action where you have really no choice because powers that are greater than you are forcing your hand. Now, on the nice side, the lunar eclipse has a tendency to be a little bit more gentle than the solar eclipse. Solar eclipses bring in these new ideas. They bring in that new aspect. They kind of start to introduce it, if you will. Where the lunar eclipse incorporates those new ideas and puts them into action. So if you've been paying attention to the solar eclipse and some of those signs and symbols, and if you've done a reading for it, you kind of know what the lunar eclipse wants to do. So depending on how observant you are would depend on how much of a jolt the lunar eclipse would be. That's what we're going to look at in today's reading. We're going to look at what the lunar eclipse and how the wolf full moon is going to affect you in incorporating these new changes, and what these new changes will be and how they're going to impact our lives. Now, the deck I'm using for this reading is the Witch's Tarot, and then I'm going to be using the Energy Oracle. Like always, there are links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Now, this is the spread that I'm going to be using for the reading. It's very similar to the solar eclipse spread that I used in December. However, obviously I've had to modify it a little bit for the lunar eclipse. I'm not going to refer back and forth to it throughout the reading. I'm going to stay focused in on the cards. There is, however, a link below so you can access the spread at any time throughout this reading or in the future. Alright, my Capricorn friends, let's see what the cards have to say today. What will the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse bring my Capricorn friends? You have a jumper there. Well, all I can say, it's going to bring you a little bit here, my Capricorn friends. The first card to jump out, the Knight of Swords. Knights are that adolescent, no fear energy. Taking the knowledge that you have been acquiring over the last little while here and getting it going. Taking it, gallivanting forward, whether you're ready or not. The Empress. The third card in the Major Arcana, she speaks about fertility, creativity, and growth. Well, you're going forward, head on to the storm, and the Empress is right behind him, encouraging him on. Because this action is going to be very lucrative for you. You're going to see great growth and great abundance. The wolf full moon and the lunar eclipse would be very supportive of such an event. The reason I say that is that the wolf full moon, the reason it's called the wolf moon, is because January is when the wolves start to mate. It's their mating season, and they start to howl at the moon. So that animalistic energy, compounded with the Empress's fertility, gives you a great opportunity to be creating what it is you're looking for. When we're looking at producing something, we need that very creative and raw energy with the passions and seductive energy that we have. When we are looking at creating, we need that fire and we need that grounded energy. We need, literally, that masculine and that feminine. Then the last card to jump out was the Eight of Swords. Your ego is going to scream at the Knight and the Empress and throw at you what you don't want to remember. Those lower vibrational emotions, those feelings that have been attached to past situations and events that literally pen you in. These three cards literally, if you will, that's a better representation. The Queen or the Empress and the Knight are ready for taking you forward like nobody's business. However, your ego is going to be like, yeah, no parental control, here you go. I want you to be focused in on those past traumas, those past pains, so that you don't go anywhere. You're staying in this nice little box and you don't grow. And it's going to be up to you as to what you're focusing in on and what you're giving energy to. Let's get some more information here. So what guidance does the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse bring my Capricorn friends? Got a jumper? Actually, I've got a couple jumpers. The first one, the Six of Pentacles. Sixes are about balance and harmony. We're really going to need that balance, that masculine, feminine, balancing ourselves and making sure that we are giving our energies to what it is we really want. What we want to focus on and embrace during the full moon and during that eclipse. Eclipses don't happen as often as we should. They probably should, because eclipses, again, are that celestial way of kicking us in the butt. So embracing this amazing night and balancing and giving your energy and time to what is truly important for you. And with it, jump the Knight of Pentacles. Now, in the original deck, there's 4 knights. And in most other subsequent decks, as most, I think it's like 98% of the decks created today are based on the original Rider-Waite. Pamela Coleman Smith drew the knights in different stages of action. As you can tell, similar in this deck, the Knight of Swords is get up and go. So is the Wands. The Cups is kind of cantering behind them. He's more the Lancelot of, look, I'm so beautiful. Look, love this. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles, he's the workhorse. In the original card, and even in this card, he's steadfast and he is very proud. In the original card, though, behind him is a farm. He's worked his land. He's been very diligent, working on and focusing in that home front. And that's where we need to really be focusing in on. We need to be focusing in on ourselves, focusing in on that creative energy, because that creative energy is going to give us that knowledge to go forward. We have double knights, that adolescent energy of action. We have a night where you're going to be able to have that action to propel yourself forward, should you choose it. Like in any other tarot reading, this is an option. These are energies that are at play. It is up to you on how you embrace it and how you take hold of it. Now, we do have double knights, the swords and the pentacles. Knights are the 12th card in the minor arcana. And in angel messages, when you're looking at that double 12, you're looking at a time of spiritual growth and awakening. All right, on to question 3. What supports does the full wolf moon, another jumper, and lunar eclipse bring my Capricorn friends? Ooh, it's a fantastic support. The High Priestess. I love this interpretation of the High Priestess, but that High Priestess is our gatekeeper to that higher knowledge. She holds Torah, which is the scroll of the universe, that universal knowledge. She helps us connect in to that higher self, that higher vibrational energy. She is very much connected into the moon, and to see her through a moon reading and an ecliptical reading, you're getting a lot of that goddess energy, harnessing that nurturing element. Now we also have her sister here, the Empress. So you literally have Mother Earth and the goddess of the moon. That duality is going to be key. Ensuring that you are grounded and very centered as you connect into that higher realm. Making sure you're balanced. And I mentioned this before, that male-female energy, that divine masculine with the divine feminine is going to be essential. Staying grounded, staying centered, and making sure your energies are flowing will help so that you are able to connect in and really see where that creative growth will come. Because there's much more than just what you're doing now. The universe wants to share more. The goddess has a connection into that celestial atmosphere, if you will, the celestial bodies. She's got 12 stars in her crown, which represents the zodiac. There's so many pieces to it. But she is connected into that celestial body. The high priestess is connected into the moon and connected into that higher vibrational universal energy. Both are very abundant and both are very supportive of you right now. That divine feminine is very powerful. Connecting in, allowing it to nurture and heal you so that you can start to move forward. There's a lot of pieces at play that are going to help you throughout the moon and throughout the eclipse. All right, let's go on to question 4. This is the question that people are always asking about when you're looking at an event like this. What abrupt shift will the lunar eclipse bring my Capricorn friends? Okay, we have one jumper. It's the King of Swords. The kings are that fully developed personality with the most responsibility and the most power. We're looking at that shift of knowledge, cutting through some of the crap that has built up, cutting through the 8 of Swords. The knight's ready and willing to do it. He just needs direction. The Empress and the King will gladly tell that son where to go and how he should get there. This knowledge will help you in this healing process and releasing some of this baggage that we're carrying. We're not going to be able to release all of it. However, we will be able to start on it. This is years and lifetimes of baggage. Slowly removing these swords, slowly unbinding yourself, focusing in on that positive, focusing in on that high vibrational energy will help. It helps to raise our vibration and it helps to bring in that high vibrational energy into our lives. We welcome it with open arms because we know that we are able to create, manifest, and grow from it. And then on to question 5. How will this shift impact my Capricorn friends? And let's be honest, this isn't a major shift for you. This is a shift that is going to be very easy to do, a very small shift. You're focusing in on that passion and creative aspect. You're kind of directing that night. Your biggest challenge is going to be those past experiences. So we're not looking at a big shift. However, this shift is going to bring the King of Pentacles. Brother to the Swords, we're looking at the Midas touch here. So how this shift will impact you will be bringing in more abundance and more prosperity into your life. And let's be honest, it's a pretty darn good thing to have. We do have double brothers here, the double king. Kings are the 14th card in the minor arcana. When you've got that double 14, it symbolizes a time of love and spiritual growth. Not only will you get that financial prosperity, you're going to have that emotional, the physical, and the spiritual prosperity along with it. You're going to have the knowledge and the growth that you need to really sustain and maintain some of this. All right, on to question 6. How can the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse support my Capricorn friends in incorporating this shift into their lives? That's the Four of Pentacles. Fours are a foundational number. Pentacles about growth and abundance. So how the moon and eclipse are going to help you is that you're going to feel very supported, very grounded when you're doing this work, especially if you start to focus in on that, making sure you feel connected to both that celestial and to that earthly presence. The full wolf moon and the eclipse are going to give you that foundation that you can work off of. We're looking at a bit of a shift that's going to be able to give you a lot more. We need that very stable foundation, and that's what the Four of Pentacles provides. Well, I'm sorry, actually it's not the Four of Pentacles, it's going to be the moon and the eclipse. It's going to provide that platform so it makes it easier for you to connect in and start to make those little shifts so that you can focus in on that high vibrational energy. And then on to 7. How can the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse support my Capricorn friends in implementing this shift? The Nine of Pentacles. Nines are about all that you've achieved in your life. Pentacles, that growth. The best way to implement this shift is through really embracing what it is that you have in your life and what is working. When we look at that abundance and the growth and the changes and evolution and transformation that have occurred in your life, you can start to add on to that. When we look at what's working, it's really easy to amplify and increase those positive pieces. Like I said, that Eight of Swords is going to really be that kind of Achilles heel to this whole event. That 9 is where you need to focus your energies. Focusing in on the positive and letting the Empress and Knight energy loose. Embracing that lunar energy and ensuring that you stay grounded and that you're staying focused in on what's happening in the right here and now, and on those positive pieces will bring in that shift. We have to let the universe take play in this as well, because when we relax and let things go, there's going to be a lot more that we can't see right now that the universe is just going to bestow on us, because we've raised our vibration and we're focusing in on that positive, loving energy. All right, let's go into a blessing. What blessing can my Capricorn friends embrace for the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse? The Angel of Strength. When we're focused in on that solar plexus chakra and we're able to confront that Eight of Swords and our ego, we're going to see this unfold. And it is going to take that inner strength. This is very much connected to the Strength card in the Major Arcana, where we're looking at those inner abilities, those skills, that solar plexus courage to tame the beast, and in this case, tame your ego. Because your ego is the one thing that's going to slow you down over the eclipse and full moon. Angel of Balance. We've talked about that balance piece and how important it is. The High Priestess has it clearly right between, or right on either side of her, and then we've also got the Six of Pentacles, reinforcing that importance of staying and maintaining our balance, staying centered and grounded. And then the Thinking Woman connects right back into that King. We need to really be focused in on that head piece, focusing in and firing from our head rather than our heart, because our heart is where we're going to really find that emotional, lower vibrational energy right now. If you look at the cards that you have, you've got a lot of pentacles. You've got a lot of major arcana, and swords. There are no cups, there are no wands. This is about that grounded and functioning from your head aspect. Critically thinking about things, assessing things. Is it your ego at play? Why is this information coming up? Why do I feel this way? Putting it in check, having the courage to take on your ego and say, I'm too busy for this crap. Saw it off. I've got stuff to create. Will really help you in embracing the energies and moving yourself forward. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some direction and insight into the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse. If you liked this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There are so many new and exciting aspects that I'm going to be incorporating into my channel. I can't wait. The best way to stay connected to the insight and guidance of the high vibrational beings and the healings that they're offering is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss anything. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. And in some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Capricorn friends.